Next up, we've got the Britannia Challenge Cup. We've got Wairau Rowing Club New Zealand on the Berkshire station on the left-hand side of your picture, and on the Buck station, Mercantile Rowing Club Australia. And Sarah, I feel like we've got an Antipodean matchup here. And not only that, you've got some personal interest in this race, right?
I've got a few personal interests in this race. Of course, the Aussies on the right-hand side, Mercantile Rowing Club, that iconic rowing club down on the banks of the Yarra in Melbourne, Victoria. You can see this crew really going for it. They came through the qualifiers and did a great job, and they're really blasting ahead here of the crew from Wairau Rowing Club in New Zealand. And the coach of that crew is my husband, so that's the personal interest number one. But Wairau, well, look, I don't know if Toby's coaching's up to scratch, because they're really getting smashed here in the early stage, which I know that the Victorians and the Mercantilians will be very happy to see.
How's Toby managed to coach this crew from Australia, Sarah? How's that happened?
Well, Toby's actually here, but he's got two co-coaches who are 2.5 and 4.5, so I'm not sure how helpful they've been in terms of certainly rigging or assisting the crew, probably more of the opposite.
So, Sarah, I mean, we've got the Aussies out in front, Mercantile. They must have thought that this crew, made up of Isabel Finch, Harry Cathcart, Harry Ahmad, Oliver Scalzo and Jake Polkinghorne, was worthwhile bringing all the way over to Henley on Thames. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Mercantile programme and about this crew?
Yeah, so as we know, Mercantile is an iconic rowing club, often showing up here in their fairly outrageous blue and white striped blazers. But it is a strong program, of course, made famous by members of the Awesome Foursome, a really incredible pedigree at an Olympic and World Championship level. But the club is, as I said, based down on the Yarra. It was founded in 1880. And it's one of our high-performance rowing clubs. In Victoria, we have two, Melbourne University Boat Club and Mercantile Rowing Club. But we can see here, boys from Wairau, they're really having to work for it there. Joe Trappett in the stroke seat. He's based in Blenheim, a winemaker. Told me to say that he likes long walks on the beach, if that's interesting to anyone listening. But behind him, Tufi Sele, who actually works for Rowing Australia. So Tufi is our indoor rowing and digital engagement manager at Rowing Australia, and manages our various projects and interests in indoor rowing.
Sarah, I feel like I've got the right person to be joining me in the commentary box on this particular race, because across both crews, you've got so much knowledge and experience of what goes on down under, as I say, between the Aussie and the Kiwi crews. Mercantile, they had to come through the qualifiers, you know, despite this big margin that they've got here. They had to work to even get an entry into this regatta.
Yes, so as one of the Australian stewards, we assess all of the entries that come through, but we do like to see crews that have raced, obviously, at our premier event, which is the Australian Rowing Championships, and have shown that they've had results and form at that regatta and across the season in order to be recommended to come through to the main draw. So this is a new sort of combination, a young combination from Mercantile, who are really on the rebuild at the moment. They've had a little bit of a lull in the high performance program, but they're really starting to build something under the fantastic leadership of Gina Peel, formerly Gina Douglas. She is the president at Mercantile Rowing Club, represented Australia in the single scull at the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games.
And there's a great shot of Isabel Finch in the coxswain seat for Mercantile, who won't be able to see what's going on behind her with Wairau, but she'll be able to see the line closing ever closer, and she's keeping Mercantile nice, cool and collected. And again, having had to race those qualifiers on Friday, they'll have one more race in their legs in the last 7 days than most crews that have been selected through the draw.
Yeah, that's right. Look, they're doing a pretty easy job here. Look, I think that the Wairau crew thought that they might have the chance, but Merck's too good for them on this occasion, and I think you'll see the Kiwi presence at Wetherspoons tonight. But Michael de Souvelay, the coxswain, he said one of the better catches you'll see at this regatta. So there you go, they're punny as well. Well done, boys. I hope you enjoyed drink in Stewards later this afternoon.
Excellent. And great to see both of these crews from halfway across the world racing here, but Mercantile will be the crew from down under that goes through in this round of the Britannia Challenge Cup.